Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Koli. Welcome to the S3E15 podcast, little witch detectives.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've been sneezing all morning, so I'm like stuffy.
I've been sniffling all morning because my nose is running. So
Ugh.
we're two sides of the same coin.
I was like, this weather, can we just like have just like a day of no allergies, please? Like,
Yeah,
no big deal. Um, but other than that, I am good, but I apologize if I am sniffly and sneezing and stuff.
that's okay.
Um, shall we jump into our witch talk?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Witch Talk. It's the corner of the intro of our show where we catch you guys up on what we've been up to. I always laugh because it's a little redundant for us, but we love to update you guys. So we recorded after I got home. Yeah, because we talked about
Yes.
the airport.
Yes.
So been home from Coley's for a little while, and it's been raining a lot. So there's like not a lot like fun things going on, I guess. Um but this past Saturday, July 27th, was my rabbit Florence's 7th birthday.
Yay.
She's a little old lady now.
She's a little lady.
But we got her some little like pie-shaped treats that are basically just her normal food, but in the shape of a pie.
That's
Um
cute.
Yeah, and so she was really excited, and it's cute, and she's officially a senior citizen. But um it was fun, and we like spent the day with her, and I enjoyed that a lot. I know it may sound silly to be so emotional about a rabbit, but she's my little baby.
Yeah.
So, um that was fun. And then aside from that, I've just been like looking or applying to jobs all day every day.
Yeah.
So you know, but I think that's all that's going on with me at the moment. Oh, this coming week is gonna be super fun. I have one concert in Nashville and another concert here in Atlanta. So I'm gonna be like traveling back and forth this week. So
Yeah.
hopefully my allergies will be cool.
Cooperate.
hmm But yeah, I think that's all. What's going on with
Yeah. Well, my uh I I didn't go to physical therapy at all last week, but I
you?
did get blood drawn on Thursday for my gastro on Tuesday.
Hmm.
So Tuesday I have physical therapy. We have to shoot down to my gastro. We have to rush back, and then my aunt has a dentist appointment.
Hmm. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Um,
Um. But yeah, that's. I got a new cup.
oh,
I got a new Miyoki. It's
oh,
all
that cute.
astrological themes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, cute. I love a new cup.
Me too. Ah. And I got new headphones, and the left one keeps falling out.
Hmm. Well, oh, is that everything? I feel like we've been recording more often, so then we run out of less to say.
Yeah, that's everything. I don't, there's not much to say.
Hmm. Yeah.
I also lead a boring life, so
All right then.
I
So
got a
what?
neck fan.
Huh?
I got a neck fan.
Oh, yes. I have convinced Coley to get on the neck fan journey.
Yes.
It's so nice. When I was at the airport, that was like the best thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Um, I highly recommend them. And they have so many different like types and styles and stuff. So if you don't like the big headphone ones like I have, Koli got like a regular looking one.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, oh, oh my gosh. Forgot something I wanted to tell you on the in my witch talk. Is it all right if I go
Yeah,
back?
go for it.
Um, our apartment complex caught on fire on Friday. And it was an apartment like far away from us, but it was
Uh-huh.
still in our building and it flooded a couple apartments underneath it. So we were like having to stand outside with my cat and my rabbit like for a really long time until they would let us come back in. But luckily it was an apartment farther down.
Yeah.
So all of our stuff was fine, but I mentally was not fine. I was like
Yeah,
standing
no.
there with my rabbit, like, and I have little carriers for them, but they don't like them.
Yeah.
So everybody was very stressed out on Friday for a couple of hours, and it was really hectic because I was coming home when the alarm went off. So I saw people like standing outside my building, and I was like, "Oh my God." But then I ran up here and Dexter was sleeping. He was sleeping.
Yes, of course he was.
Couldn't be bothered. The alarm is going off and he's just like taking a snooze.
Yep,
Like,
sounds
so
about right.
I like rushed and ran all the way up here because I thought they were going to be scared and no.
Dexter's just sleeping.
But that was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But everything was fine. So everything's fine. Everybody's fine. So all good,
that's
but
good.
a wild one.
Yeah.
Um, all right, well, enough about me. What is going on in Marishka's world?
Um, I think it was yesterday. Mariska went to an event that Allie Wentworth held in the Hamptons.
Oh,
Um, and so she got to hang out with like Allie and Brooke and all her friends.
I love their little like girl group they have going.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I wish Maria Bella were still in it, but she lives in Los Angeles and Paris. So it's kind of hard for Mariska to see her when she's either on the other side of the country or in a different country.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they primarily live in New York, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like, I don't feel like Mariska lives in LA. I feel like she's
no, she's a California girl. She was raised there, but
yeah.
yeah.
Dexter, stop it. He's sniffing
Um,
my this cat. Okay.
SVU has been back in full swing, so we are officially shooting new scenes, and there is some cast updates.
Mhm.
Um, Kevin Kane has been promoted to a series regular for season 26, and he plays Detective Bruno.
Yeah.
And they added Julia Aiden Martinez. Now we
Mm.
don't know what they added her as. Um, she could be on the like law side of things, or she could be a detective.
Yeah. But exciting either way.
Yeah,
Now I just need to see Kelly Giddish
come
added to
back.
that list.
Yeah,
Give her a spin-off show. I would watch that.
yeah, right. Her and Carisi.
Like, just the Carices.
Yeah,
And it would be like when the first few seasons of SVU we focused on the Stabler family every episode almost.
yeah,
Like, it'd be
it would be.
cute. SVU comes out on Mean Girls Day, right?
Yes.
It's back. Yay. I'm so excited for like I miss it when it's not on because it's like a part of my week, you know?
Yeah,
Um, watch it with us. Join the Discord.
yes,
Woo. Um, is that everything going on SVU wise?
that's all I can think of.
Mm.
We
Stephanie
still
March
have
had a
curry.
birthday.
We
Huh?
still have curry. We still have curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if I said that before, but we still have curry,
Oh. All right.
which I'm happy about because I like her.
Yeah, I think I do too. I think I do too.
I like her so much better in SVU than I did in IAB,
Yeah.
but I didn't even hate her in IAB. Like, I've softened to IAB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I have to.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad she's still there. We'll see. We'll see how
Yeah.
things go. Uh, so for our, is that everything for
Yes.
SG? Okay.
Yeah.
For our astrological weather report, um, it's Leo season. So that's super exciting. Lots of positive energy, confidence. Think sunshine, outside, summertime, happy vibes, all of that. Um, and the only thing to note about this season is that Mercury retrograde is about to start if it hasn't already.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been in the shadow period for a little bit, so you may be noticing that your technology is failing you. More people around you may be arguing. Communication is takes a big hit when Mercury's in retrograde,
Yeah.
especially because we communicate primarily through technology. So, all that being said, even though the Leo energy is going to make you want to express yourself with confidence and be loud, and all of those things are great, make sure to be mindful about how you are communicating with people in your life, at work, all of that. And don't jump the gun too quickly or get too feisty or things like that. Try to take some time for yourself before, um, reacting emotionally.
Yeah. Speaking of
Uh,
technology being weird, um, I ordered DoorDash last night and it randomly charged me $96 for Dash Pass annual instead of doing it by month.
yeah.
And it went to my grandfather's card. And that's the only reason we knew about it was because he has an alert that anything over 50 goes to his phone.
Mm-hmm.
And it went to his phone, and we were sitting there trying to figure it out for like 15 minutes.
Ugh. Did they refund you for that?
No, I haven't called them yet. I'm going to call them today.
I was gonna say they probably will refund you or something.
Yeah.
But that sucks. Freaking
Yeah.
Mercury.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I think that's everything going on astrologically of importance at the moment.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, July 23rd was Stephanie March's 50th birthday.
Oh, she's so cute.
She is 10.5 years to the day younger than Mariska.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know it was that big of an age difference.
Yeah.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Stephanie.
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
We love you. We would love to have you on the show if you happen to be listening to this.
Or if you happen to check your DMs and see the note from SVU coming.
hmm Um, so this case situation that I wanted to talk about briefly, I don't want to give it too much oxygen, as Paris Hilton would say, but it is a case I have been following for a while, and if you guys have listened to our show, we talk about sometimes things going on in pop culture that are relevant to SVU. Uh, and the Cody Ko case is for sure relevant, I would say. It would not
Yeah.
surprise me if SVU ended up doing like a ripped from the headlines episode on this situation. Um, but the reason it's kind of personal to me is because I'm a big fan of Tana Mojo's. I follow her podcast, and I recently, like, if you guys heard a few episodes ago, I recently saw her perform live and all of this stuff. Um, I have not dug too deeply into the Cody Ko stuff, so uh Coley may even know more than I do, but
Nope.
um, I was about to say I don't think so, but
I
uh
listened to about 10 minutes of a Sad Boys podcast episode about it.
yeah, so essentially Tana was on YouTube in like when people first started really making money at it, but she was a kid at the time. She was a teenager when she started. Um,
Yeah.
that's been public knowledge, like everybody knows that about her. And so she was part of that first wave of kids that grew up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, you know, because of that, at the time, what was popular on YouTube was to collab with other YouTubers, and all the
Hmm.
other YouTubers that were making money and were relevant were adults. And so Tana
Right.
spent a lot of time around adults, around people like Shane Dawson. Um, and that's a whole nother separate thing, her and Shane's situation. But Cody Ko was and is popular. He was on Vine. He's, popular on TikTok, YouTube, all of those influencer spaces. And I believe Tana was 17 at the time, and they had sex, and he was 25.
Yeah.
So, you know, bit of an age difference. And it's
Yeah.
also not legal. And I think it kind of Tana got swept into this because she had been talking about it on a podcast, and it kind of, you know, got blown up. I don't think she was expecting as much news coverage on it. So I'm not sure that she's given like a statement since, but I could be wrong because I'm behind a few podcast episodes. Um, but from what I know, she was not the only minor,
Yeah.
allegedly. So I am gonna keep an eye on it, and I will keep you guys updated. If it turns into something um heavier with more to report, we could do a longer like segment about it. And if you guys have anything you want to talk to related to it, just drop us a comment. Because it is definitely interesting to see um how these things are going down with the internet as like a third person in it almost.
Yeah.
So um yeah, and if you guys know more than I do or anything like that, please let me know because I would be interested in talking about it, while also trying to be respectful of Hannah and maybe anybody else that has come forward. I don't know, but I want to make sure I have good solid facts to report.
Yeah. Like
Um,
I said, I listened to like 10 minutes of a Sad Boys podcast episode about it.
yeah.
And they were saying, people are like, oh, well, age of consent and yada, yada, yada. And they're like, that doesn't matter. She was still a minor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're trying to excuse him based on age of consent laws, you're a douchebag.
Yep.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
yeah, because I think she was 17, but I'm not sure where her permanent address was.
Yeah.
It could have been Phew, sorry.
Bless you.
Um, It
It
could have
doesn't
been,
really matter where her permanent address was, it matters where it happened.
yeah. Um, that's true. I actually don't know where it happened. I'm guessing Los Angeles though.
Yeah,
If I had to guess. But Tana is technically from Vegas.
yeah,
So it could have happened there, but I don't think there's a big difference between the age of consent laws um
yeah,
in those two areas. So, but even then, I totally agree because if you're that's your defense, it doesn't make you look great, you know?
yeah. And there's not even a Romeo and Juliet exception because there's too many years between the two of them for it to be Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Um,
I
so
think you can only have 3 years between you for a Romeo and Juliet exception.
yeah. Um, which you know, makes sense to me, but
Yeah,
it's too much of an age difference. Like
yeah,
that man was an adult, you know? Um, but yeah, I will keep you guys updated as I find out more. And if you're interested in us doing a whole episode on it, please let me know.
yes.
Okay.
Um, so Friday was our podcast anniversary.
Yay!
Yay, 4 years old.
We're four. Did you hear
Yes.
that? um, that's crazy.
Yes.
And it's cute because we also just saw each other. So, um, kind of full circle feeling.
Yeah,
But I can't believe it's been that long since we
I
since we
know.
started. And also like how much it's evolved since we started.
Yeah,
Um, but if you guys are listening and hanging out, we appreciate it and thank you.
yes,
So cute.
yes,
Um, I was trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to say about it, but no, I think that's all.
yeah,
Hmm. All right. Well, if you guys are interested in keeping up with us outside of the podcast, we are on Instagram at SVU Coven. You can follow us over there. We're also on Discord. We have a free Discord server, and I would love to grow it and be able to communicate more intimately with you guys. So, you can hop on Discord through the link in our Instagram bio. If social media is not a thing that speaks to you, you can also email us and ask for the link. Our email is svucoven@gmail.com. If you're interested in being on the show or sponsoring us, running an ad with us, anything like that, email's the best place to do it. Koli does check them, so someone is reading them and will respond to you.
yes.
We also have merch through Fourth Wall. It's super cute, and we've got some new designs up there that I think you guys will really like. All the proceeds go to Fourth Wall as well as to us, and we put it back into the show.
I
Uh,
put the Eom's hat up there and
mhm,
the SVU Coven witch hat and handcuffs I put on a tote bag
it's
there.
so cute.
Yeah,
Um, so if you guys buy any of the merch, feel free to send us photos of it or tag us in it. It would make our whole day and we will repost it. Um, probably literally everywhere. So,
yes,
um, but yeah.
yeah. So this is your episodic reminder to rate, review, subscribe, like, and comment. All of those will help the algorithm push us to other people and tell them that you like us, and um, they'll see it and hopefully like us and do the same thing. Um, Rating and reviewing and subscribing are the most important things you can do on an audio only podcast. Um, not rating, subscribing, liking, and commenting are the most important things you can do on YouTube. Um, and Spotify just added this new feature where you can comment on episodes of the podcast. So you can do that over there too. And we have a coffee. So if you want, you can go and donate however much money you want to us. It goes right back into the show, and we appreciate the energy exchange for all of it.
Woo! Fun.
All right. Should we get into our self-love affirmation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This week's self-love affirmation comes from Google, because I just Googled self-love affirmations and it had a video, and this was the first one I saw. So,
Comes from
and
Google.
it's, yes, it's, I accept myself exactly as I
Mm.
am. And that's one that I feel like I always need, because I have problems accepting myself as I am,
Mm.
just based on my body. Um, as much as my therapist would hate to hear that, but
No, I think it's one um we can all use sometimes.
yeah,
Um, I think I also always need that reminder. Um, and I try to say nice things to myself like that in the mirror every day, though I forget on occasion a
yeah,
lot. But when I remember, I try to because I think it helps.
yeah.
So, mhm.
So if you are not driving a car or operating heavy machinery, I encourage you to close your eyes and meditate on that for a minute. Take a deep breath, even if you are driving or operating heavy machinery. Please remember to breathe. Um, and yeah,
Yay!
shall we get into the episode?
We shall.
Okay. Today we are covering season 3, episode 15 of SVU, called Execution. We open in a jail, and Wong is there talking to a man, and he says he has 2 hours left. And then a note flashes on the screen 2 hours before execution. The man on death row asks how he remembers his first time, and Wong answers and he says he's not asking him. And we realize Wong isn't alone. Elliot is sitting across the table from the man. Elliot finally says it was painful for her, and he said he thought he did something wrong. The man says he did. He knocked her up. And Elliot said, no, Elliot was kind to have a few bastards running around. He asks how many there are, and Elliot says a few.
Just a few.
Yeah. The man recounts his first time, and Elliot asks for her name, and he says, "Nice try." Wong asks now who's playing games. The man says he hates psychiatrists, and Elliot agrees. The man asks Wong how it makes him feel that he's not liked, and Wong says, "Insightful."
Mm.
Um, the man recounts his essays, and Wong says the interview is over. The man keeps going, and Wong calls for the guards. The man says not to worry, the guards are changing shifts. Wong tells Elliot to get up from the table right before the man flips the table, knocking Elliot off his chair. Um, then he goes to Wong and smashes his head against the cinder block wall hard enough that Wong is now bleeding, and as he slides down to the floor, a trail of blood is left on the wall. Elliot pulls the man off Wong. And then we're done.
Woo!
Um, we travel back in time to 3 days before the execution. Debbie Cooper's parents come to talk to Elliot. Debbie was murdered 11 years prior, and they never found her killer. The parents say they want to know who killed, or say they know who killed Debbie. Matthew Brodus, the man on death row. The mother, Hannah, says that Debbie's death nearly tore them apart. They've come to accept they'd never know until Matthew Brodus decided to sell tickets to his execution. saying he was raising money for his daughter's education, but he has no children. The school he mentioned was Debbie's school.
Mm.
Reagan wants to know why the computer didn't match the signature to Brodus. If Brodus was the killer. Elliot says it was pre-VICAP and that there were still a lot of open murders in the system. Reagan says that New Jersey isn't going to let them near Brodus, but he probably wouldn't talk anyway, and Wong insists he will because he needs an audience.
Mm.
Wong recaps what Debbie's killer did to her before and after she died. He wants to know Brodus would blind Debbie and not the others. Wong says it's symbolic since he wouldn't let her survive. She knew him. Wong says maybe he can get a field interview with Brodus. Reagan tells Elliot he has 72 hours to make a case before Brodus dies. And Elliot's old partner put a slug through his jaw over this case, and that's the underlying reason why Elliot is so invested. Munch brings evidence to the lab in the hopes of getting DNA from the evidence. At first, the text says no, but when Munch says that they need to find something in 3 days or the case remains open, he says yes and does it. Elliot and Munch talks to the principal at Our Lady of Light High School about the teachers Debbie was close with and the plumbing work they had done. Bless you. Elliot and Munch go to talk to the plumbing company about who was out on the job. Elliot asks if any of Brodus aliases worked there, but the owner got defensive and says for Elliot to look for himself and hands him the book of employees he had. Wong calls Elliot to meet her for lunch at the field office. Wong says there's no time for a sit-down lunch. They're doing an analysis, so they get hot dogs. They will talk to other prisoners to get some background on Brodus and get him to confess. The first prisoner they talk to wants a deal, and Wong says the FBI doesn't deal. When the prisoner pushes, Wong stops the interview. Elliot is mad and wants to know what that was. Wong keeps it simple and says procedure. Elliot and Wong have a spat, and Wong reminds Elliot that the FBI is conducting the interviews and he's not making any deals. We shoot to Alex's office, and Alex hangs up the phone and turns to Elliot and says Jersey won't play ball. Elliot asks what they do now. Alex says they file an official request and let it go through the proper channels. Elliot says by the time it goes through, Brodus will be dead and buried. Alex said Jersey is doubling down on principle. They have an inferiority complex next to New York. Sorry, I'm like running out of breath.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah. Alex heads to New Jersey to ask a friend for a favor. The New Jersey DA says that New York can't talk to Brodus this close to the execution. He's the one that needs to go wrong at the last minute. Alex says it's an election year and that New Yorkers can't seek solace there because they don't vote in New Jersey. He says Brodus will do anything to stay his execution and no one gets access, period. The tech didn't find any DNA evidence, but the fibers matched a plumber's uniform and the tape Debbie was bound with matched the New Jersey bin. Munch says there's a connection, and Elliot says it's too circumstantial. Elliot and Munch walk and talk. Elliot says he's running out of time. Munch says he's running out of options. The Coopers are running out of time. Elliot tells Alex that he needs to make a deal with one of Brodus's former cellmates. When he tells her what the guy is in for, she says no. Elliot says he may have info, but he won't talk without a deal. Alex asks why Elliot is pushing so hard. Elliot explains some of Brodus's crimes. Alex says brutal. Alex asks if he thinks his cellmate has some info. Elliot says he isn't going to know unless he talks to him. 2 days before the execution, Elliot goes back to talk to the former cellmate of Brodus. Elliot is trying to get him to talk since he's being moved to a federal prison. The prisoner has a daughter, and the ex won't let him talk to her. He asks Elliot to call her for him, and Elliot says no. Eventually, he wears Elliot down and he makes the call. The prisoner shouts over Elliot and says he misses the woman, and the woman hangs up. The prisoner thanks Elliot for trying. Munch goes to talk to Debbie's history teacher. Elliot goes to see Wong, who tells him one day he's going to realize he actually knows what he's doing. Elliot, no. 2 Brooklyn SVU detectives come to talk to Elliot. The call he placed was to one of the prisoner's victims. She called Brooklyn SVU in hysterics. Hagen lectures Elliot about what he did and says he should put Elliot on the desk and send him over to the victim's house to explain himself. Elliot says he already did that. Hagen asks how the victim is doing, and Elliot says she feels violated again. Hagen says he'll call Brooklyn to smooth things over. I love this part. Munch is calling New Mexico about Vivian Parrish. He asks how his partner failed to get his weapons recertification. Olivia says he choked. Finn says he didn't choke. Olivia says fine, he got 4 marks for shooting off his gun early. Munch, Munch says it happens to everyone. They have a pill for that now. And we spell break.
Wow.
Okay.
Spell break.
Okay. So this is going up today, July 29th, Monday. And the color of the day is ivory, and the incense of the day is hyssop. And this is called Finding Inner Peace. We live in a fast-paced world where we are constantly bombarded with information and always on the go, which can be overwhelming. Working with energies from the moon on this Monday, we will attempt to find calm and peace within ourselves so we are better equipped to deal with the world. You will need a white votive candle to represent the inner peace you desire. Make sure you place the candle in a fire-safe container and light it only if it is safe to do so. If you are in a dorm room or a space where fire is not acceptable, you could use a battery-powered candle. As you light or turn on the candle, repeat the following as long as you feel it is necessary. Peace within, peace without. When you feel the power well up and reach its peak, push it out into the universe through visualization and/or gestures, and conclude it with So Mote It Be. And that's by Charlene Walls. Or Charlotte.
I
Yeah,
like that one a lot.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the episode. So Finn teaches Elliot about Islamic justice, and Brodus' other cellmate converted to Islam inside. He took a life, so now he owes a debt. Elliot goes to talk to this other cellmate's victim's father, that's a mouthful, and asks him to face his son's killer. After some back and forth, Elliot, Wong, and Mr. Hendrickson go to talk to Mr. Hendrickson's son's killer. We don't know his name, that's why I'm referring to him as this. He says he doesn't know much about Brodus, only that he asks a lot of questions about what he did, and that his answers used to piss him off because he killed someone he didn't hunt for first. Elliot tells Alex what they got from the prisoner, and she says it doesn't mean anything. It was hearsay testimony from a man on death row. Alex says there isn't much else they can do, and Elliot says they can explain it to Debbie's parents. Alex tells the Coopers that they are reasonably sure he's guilty and that he's being executed for his crimes. Hannah and Alan tell her that if she doesn't do everything she can to prove Brodus killed Debbie, their hope dies with him. Hannah also brings up Otis Toole, which is the man who kidnapped and killed John Walsh's son Adam. Um, he's the reason we have Code Adam. John Walsh is the guy from FBI's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alex meets with Broadus' lead counsel wanting to put Matthew on trial for murder. Alex has drafted a temporary restraining order because she has evidence and the parents' emotional plea. Alex appealed to the New Jersey Supreme Court, and the judge is going to review the restraining order proposal and get back to them with their decision. So she doesn't think New York will get the truth out of Broadus.
Mm.
Elliot asks Alex about their odds and asks why she looks like they've already lost. She says something about helping a serial killer avoid the needle he deserves. Doesn't sit well with her.
Mm.
The judge didn't come back, but the New Jersey DA comes to Alex and says she can have the interview so long as she declines to prosecute no matter what he reveals. Long and Elliot are in the room where they'll interrogate Broden 4 hours before the execution. Long is prepping Elliot, and then the guards bring Broden in. Elliot is asking him a question, and Wong is watching over the two of them. Wong puts down a folder of a project, looking for some insight into the MO of a killer. Broden wants the crime scene photos. Elliot says there's a picture in the folder. Broden pulls out a picture of Debbie, then crumbles it up and throws it behind him, and pushes the file away. Broden recounts Debbie's murder as a hypothetical. Elliot gets him riled up about his mother, then goes back to talking about Debbie, then they talk about Vivian, and then they go back to talking about Debbie.
It's fine.
Alex is with the New Jersey DA when the alarm goes off, when Broden starts attacking Wong. The guards pull Broden off of Elliot, and one of the guards starts beating Broden with a nightstick. Elliot tells him to stop because that's what Broden wants. The beating puts Broden on a ventilator, meaning he can't be executed. The state can't execute an unhealthy man. It's against the law. The DA says it's a waste, and Elliot says it's not. He got a confession on Debbie Cooper, and then Elliot walks out of the jail and tells the Coopers, and then we take walks. While Katie is shuffling her cards, this is your second episode reminder to rate, review, subscribe, like, and comment. All of them tell the algorithm that you like us and will push us out to other people who will see us and hopefully do the same thing. And we appreciate the energy exchange.
Sorry, I keep muting myself because I keep sniffling, and I don't think audio listeners are going to appreciate my every 2 seconds. Okay. So I'm using the Trip and Wait Tarot deck, if you guys can see it. It's my favorite one. It's the one I always use. It's the one that's hippie themed. And I had a jumper, and it's the King of Wands. But what I love about this one, look at his little friend down there.
He's got a little friend.
So oop. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So King of Wands. Hold on 1 second.
I think you just muted yourself.
Sorry about that.
That's
So,
okay.
what I love about this card, for Leo season especially, so the King's cards in general are usually a sense of masculine energy and leadership.
Mhm.
Um, But this one in particular, I think is a cool one because Leos are the kind of people where you see them a lot as entertainers, as people in politics, people in leadership roles that aren't afraid to give a public speech, for example. Like they're not afraid to be seen and noticed and paid attention to. So with those two qualities, this card makes a lot of sense because the King of Wands is all about embracing your natural abilities to inspire, your abilities to influence others, and the qualities about yourself that attract other good people to you. So that's why I love it as a card for Leo season because I think they kind of go hand in hand um, with their meanings. And what it kind of means to me is step into your power this season. Ignore Mercury retrograde as much as you can. We'll just put that aside and step into your power by really thinking about the things that inspire you and the things that influence you and the things that you love and are passionate about that will inspire and influence others. And when you start doing the things that bring joy in your life and bring happiness in your life, everything else starts to bring joy and bring happiness. So that's what this card means to me. And also I just love him. So,
Yes.
but yeah, that's our show, I think. If you're still um hanging out, follow us on Instagram at SVU Coven. Uh, we post over there the most. We also have a free Discord server you're welcome to join. You can find that on our Instagram link in bio, or you can email us svucoven@gmail.com. Koli does check the email, so someone will see it and respond to you. If you're interested in being on the show or have anything you want us to cover, email's the best place to reach out for that as well. And we do have merch on Fourth Wall. So if you guys have any of our merch, we would love to see you wearing it or out and about with it. So feel free to send it to us or tag us, and we would be so excited. The proceeds go to Fourth Wall as well as to us, and then we put it back into the show.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, we did it.
We did it. That's our
Okay,
show.
that's our show. All right, well, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.